Hi, my name is Malyssa Johnson. This is my informative speech, and here is my audience. From shirts to shoes, dresses, and pants, tribal patterns and style have become a big inspiration to popular clothing brands and trends. Bright colors and unique patterns make each item unique and different from the last. But where did these originate from? These patterns and clothing styles originated from Native American tribes. Some of these fashions came from the Cherokee tribe. It is important to know where we get popular clothing inspiration from to have a higher respect of the Cherokee Nation. Because the clothing of the Cherokee tribe is very interesting, it has become a big inspiration in the fashion world. Aside from my family having heavy Cherokee roots, I've also done research about this topic and read articles researching this clothing. First, I will discuss what the men wore. Then I will discuss what the women wore. Then I will talk about the headdressing and how Hollywood shaped the way others think about what they wore. You would think that Cherokee clothing for men would have an influence on men's fashion today. But research has shown me otherwise. One key piece of men's clothing has a surprising influence on a different audience. According to CherokeeMuseum.org, Cherokee men traditionally wore a breechcloth or loincloth like this. This was made out of leather material and tucked into a belt in the front and the back. This was usually worn during the summer and warmer weather seasons to stay cool. Another important fashion wear for Cherokee men is actually leggings and boots. During winter, men would wear leggings and boots according to the Native American Encyclopedia. Cherokee men would wear deerskin leggings and boots with fur on the inside for extra insulation. Leggings would protect them from elements like the cold, thorns, and underbrush while hunting. Leggings in the past and now in the future has become very popular in women fashion. It's surprising to think that something that was made to protect men from the harsh elements is now one of a major staples and frequent in women's closets. Now that you know about what the men wore, let's take a look at what the women wore. According to the Native American Encyclopedia, Cherokee women traditionally wore wraparound skirts. These skirts were usually made out of buckskin or woven bark with a shawl-like garment made of buckskin. During the winter, the wraparound skirts would be lined on the inside with rabbit fur to keep warm. But one style still remains popular is the teardress. CherokeeNation.org discusses the teardress, saying the style of dress came from the Trail of Tears era, where women had no access to things like scissors and would have to cut and tear these pieces of fabric to make dresses. This name is equally properly pronounced tear, as in the Trail of Tears, or tear, as in being torn from fabric. As you can see, the dress has a 3/4 length sleeve, so it would not get in the way of household work or grinding corn or other activities. It also had a skirt length of the mid-calf, so it wouldn't gather dirt or dew from the ground. Another feature is the button up top for nursing infants. The patterns of these many unique dresses have become an influence on the colors and patterns for different dresses today. This is what men and women wore of the Cherokee Nation. Now here's what they wore on the top of their head, and here's how I'm going to debunk some myths that some people think are still true. Contrary to popular beliefs, Cherokee never wore long headdresses like this. In an article called Native American Clothing and Fashion, Cherokees never wore headdresses except to please tourists. The long headdresses were usually worn by plain and woodland native tribes, but have become popular throughout the years through Wild West shows and Hollywood movies. Men usually wore one single eagle or turkey feather, or two feathers tied to their scalp lock on the crown of their head, while women usually did not wear anything on their head at all, except for they wore their straight black hair very long. The style of long hair was a sign of having great beauty, and was combed through with bear grease to give it a deep shine. These are the things that Cherokee people would usually wear. As we can see, they have made a contribution to trends today. Today, I discussed Cherokee men clothing and their surprising contribution to fashion, women clothing, and how patterns of their dresses have contributed to fashion today. And lastly, I debunked popular myths and showed you what they really wore on their head. Even though wearing clothing from other cultures is very popular now today, it is very important to know where the fashion trend came from out of respect of that culture. The Cherokee Nation is one of the many Native American tribes whose traditional wear would shape what we wear today. Knowing that some of these styles that came from your closet came from one of these tribes should be remembered and respected.